just a soldier on my way to Montreal. Where she pressed my chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. Yeah, she gave me a peck on the back of the neck. These are the words she spoke. Lower up the TV, go away your paper, go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Sat there at the table and I acted real naive, but I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. Well, she danced around the bar room and she did the hoochie coo. Yeah, she sang a song all night long, telling me what to do. Blow up the TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I was young and hungry and about to leave that place, when just as I was leaving, well, she looked me in the face. I said, you must know the answer. She said, I know, but I'm giving it a try. And to this very day, we've been looking our way. Here's the reason why. Blew up a TV, threw our paper, went to the country, built us a home. We had a lot of children, we met them on teachers, they all parents Jesus, on down, every one of us. Thank you. How you doing? Oh, this is my first time here in Edinburgh, and I'm happy to be here. We'll play as many songs as they let us play. Wanted to have a baby in 1951. The father was a stranger, and the stranger was the son. Call that child James Lewis, call these rooms a home, changing all them dappers, polish all that chrome. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. All around the schoolyard, playing all the games, running, laughing, back and forth, the kid with two first names. A stranger in the closet, like a diary, the Fast is running faster, singing harmony. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. God bless this kitchen, said the knick-knack shell. Well, dinner's almost ready, go and wash yourself. Jimmy's growing up now, and Wanda's growing old. The days are growing shorter, the nights are long and cold. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Sneaking in the closet and through the diary. Now don't you know, all they saw was all there was to say. The whole town saw Jimmy on the 6 o'clock news. His brains was on the sidewalk and blood was on his shoes. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. Come on, baby, spend the night with me. It's an old song I wrote. I wrote this when I first started singing. I was delivering mail in Chicago, and I was singing one night a week on Thursday nights, and I'd been singing for 3 whole weeks. And I started worrying that maybe I ought to have a new song because the same people would probably be there. So I wrote this in my car on the way down to the club, just because I didn't know any better. I wish I could do that now. I didn't have my guitar with me, I just had the steering wheel. So I made up this melody, and I got thinking about the melody, and to me it sounded like it had like jazz chords where it takes about 7 fingers to hold it down, you know? So I got to the club and I took my guitar into the bathroom, and I stood in there and played it. It was the same 3 chords I always use. All the snow is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors are all that's left to linger on. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops, for they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Broken hearts and dirty windows make life difficult to see. That's why last night and this morning always look the same to me. And I hate reading old love letters, for they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. This song here has actually 2 or 3 different stories behind it. There's a story for every verse. Sometimes I find that if I remember something that happened, I go to put it into song. If it rhymes, then it must be the way it happened. So the middle verse in this song is about a 2-year stint that I did in the U.S. Army back in 1966 and 67. Uncle Sam decided he needed people so bad that he drafted me. And me and about 3 of my buddies, and we all went down to the headquarters in Chicago together, and they gave us aptitude tests to see exactly what we would be qualified to do. So I didn't open up the question book. I just took the answer sheet and put B, B, A, C, D, B, B, A. They ran it through their computer and said, man, this kid's a mechanical genius. So they put me in a motor pool in charge of a bunch of heavy equipment, cranes and bulldozers, and I didn't even know my ass from an elbow, you know? Yeah, just like I said. The last verse of this song is about the first job I ever had. When I was 14, my father told me I had to start making some money on my own instead of asking him. So I got a job down at this place on the corner called Skip's Fiesta Drive-In, where it was a place where you pull your car up and these girl car hops would come out in hula skirts and they'd serve you your food. People used to go there mainly just to have their cars get looked at, you know, and to look at other cars, and they'd order the minimum requirement, which was a 35-cent cup of frozen custard. And it didn't taste very good, so most of them would just pay for it and then throw it down on the parking lot. And they decided they needed somebody to clean this stuff off the parking lot. That was my first job. The trouble was this stuff was real sweet. The bees really liked it, so the bees would swarm around you while you were washing the parking lot. Little did I know that was going to be what the rest of life was going to be about. I've been thinking lately about the people I meet. The car wash on the corner and a hole in the street. The way my ankles hurt with shoes on my feet. I'm wondering if I'm gonna see tomorrow. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Yeah. I was in the army, but I never dug a trench. Used to bust my knuckles on a monkey wrench. I go to town and drink, give the girls a pinch. I don't think they ever even notice me. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Fish and a whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again. On my very first job I said thank you and please. They made me scrub a parking lot down on my knees. Then I got fired for being scared of bees. They only give me 50 cents an hour. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Fishing a whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again. Oh, Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Black faces pressed against the glass where rain has pressed its way. Windblown scars in top-down cars all share one western trait. Sadness leaps to tear-stained cheeks from winos to dime store Jews. Probably don't know they gave me these late John Garfield blues. Midnight fell on Franklin Street, and the lamppost bulbs were broke. For the life of me, I could not see, but I heard a brand new joke. Two men were standing upon a bridge. One jumped and screamed, "You lose," and just left the odd man holding those late John Garfield blues. An old man sleeps with his conscience at night. Young kids sleep with their dreams, while the mentally ill sit perfectly still and live through lives in between. I'm going away to the last resort in a week or two, real soon, where the fish don't bite but once a night by the cold light of the moon. The horses scream, the nightmares drink, the dead men all wear shoes, 'cause everybody's dancing those late John Garfield blues. A small town with a very large imagination, play alone in his room with his radio on, looking for another station. When the static hit the mouthpiece, it gave way to the sound below. James Dean went out to Hollywood for his picture show. James Dean went out to Hollywood for his picture show. And he told Daddy, get off of your knees, Mama, why'd you have to go? Well, your darling Jim is out on a limb with a picture show. Ooh, a picture show. Cheeseburgers will burn horrible right. John Garfield in the mouthpiece that gave away to the sound below. James Dean went out to Hollywood with his picture in a picture show. And he told Daddy, get off of your knees, Mama, why'd you have to go? Where your daughter Jim is out on a limb, took a picture in a picture show. Oh, oh, a picture in a picture show. Sitting on a reservation with a big black hole in the belly of his soul, waiting on an explanation while a white man sits on his fat can and takes pictures of the Navajo. And every time he clicks his Kodak picks, he steals a little bit of soul. And every time he clicks his Kodak picks, he steals a little bit of soul. And he told Daddy, get off of your knees, Mama, why'd you have to go? Where your daughter Jim is out on a limb, put my picture in a picture show. Ooh, ooh, my picture in a picture show. Ah, ah, my picture in a picture show. Here we go. Imagination. In 1932, my father got to vote in his first national election. He just became of age. His father was a carpenter for a living, and he was a lifelong Republican because Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. And the Republican Party in the United States was way different. Back in the Civil War, it was the working man's party back then, and it totally reversed itself. So my father went out and voted for Franklin D. Roosevelt, and he got kicked out of the house. They didn't see him for 6 months. That's because his father was a carpenter. Grandpa wore his suit to dinner nearly every day. No particular reason, he just dressed that way. Brown necktie and a matching vest, both his wingtip shoes. He built a closet on our back porch and put a penny in a burned out piece. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked them old cigarettes and hammered nails in the planks. He was a level on the level, he shaved even, never read the word. He voted for Eisenhower, cause Lincoln won the war. Sing me blood on the saddle and rock me on his knee and let me listen to the radio before we got TV. Well, he drive to church on Sunday and he'd take me with him too. Stained glass in every window, hearing aids in every pew. Grandpa houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoke, chemicals, cigarettes, and hammered needles and planks. You were the level on the level. You shaped even, never read the word. Put it for eyes and an hour. Called Lincoln won the war. School in Bowling Green, traded in a milking cow for a singer sewing machine. Oh, well, she called her husband Mister, and she walked real tall and proud. She used to buy me comic books after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoke, chemicals, cigarettes, and hammered needles and planks. You were the level on the level. Shaped even, never read the word. But in her eyes and now you were Golden Lincoln won the war. This song goes really a long ways back. It's about the first girl that ever broke my heart, and she broke it so good that I never wanted to forget it. So I wrote a song about it. I also wanted to get back at it. As the cafe was closing on a warm summer night, and Kathy was cleaning the springs, the radio played the hit parade, and I hummed along with the tune. She asked me to change the station, said the song just drove her insane. But it wasn't just the music playing, it was me she was trying to blame. And the sky's black and still now, up on the hill when the angels sing. Ain't it funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring, but it's far, far from me. I leaned on my left leg in the parking lot dirt, and Kathy was closing the lights. A June bug flew from the warmth that once knew, and I wished for once I weren't right. Well, we used to laugh together, and we danced to any old song. Well, you know, she still laughs with me, but she waits just a second too long. And the sky's black and still now, up on the hill when the angels sing. Ain't it funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring, but but it's far, far from me. Started the engine, I gave it some gas, and Kathy was closing her purse. We hadn't gone far in my beat up old car, and I was prepared for the worst. Will you still see me tomorrow? No, I got too much to do. Well, a question ain't really a question if you know the answer to. And the sky's black and still now, up on the hill where the angels sing. Ain't it funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring, but it's far, far from me. Thank you. That's Dave Jakes on bass and Jason Wilbur on the electric guitar. I wish you love and happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. I wish you don't do like I do and never fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you felt just like I did, you probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know, they can only guess how hard it is to wish you happiness. I guess that love is like a Christmas card. You decorate a tree, you throw it in the yard, it decays and dies, and the snowmen melt. Well, I once knew love, I knew how love felt. Yeah, I knew love, love knew me. And when I walked, love walked with me. And I got no hate, and I got no pride. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Yeah, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Say you drive a Chevy, say you drive a Ford. You say you drive around the town till you just get bored. And then you change your mind for something else to do. And your heart gets bored with your mind and it changes you. Well, it's a doggone shame, and it's an awful mess. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. Good luck. I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder were desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. You weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just flew by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. I can hear them, they're buzzing, and they ain't done nothing since I woke up today. But how the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Is there ever enough space between us to keep us both honest and true? Why is it so hard just to sit in the yard and stare at the sky so blue? I got a new way of walking and a new way of talking, honey, when I'm around you. But it gives me the blues when I got some good news and you're not there to bring it to. Life is a blessing, it's a delicatessen of all the little favors you do. All wrapped up together, no matter the weather, baby, I always come through. Well, it's a measure of treasure that gives me the pleasure of loving you the way I do. And you know I would gladly say I need you love badly and bring these little things to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside of you. You got gold, gold inside of you. Well, I got some gold inside me too. Well, I'm thinking I'm knowing that I gotta be going. You knew I hate to say so long. It gives me an ocean of mixed up emotion. I have to work it out in a song. Well, I'm gonna leave them a lot for the little I got, but you know a lot of little will do. And if you give me your love, I'll let it shine up above, light my way back home to you. 'Cause you got gold, gold inside of you. You got gold, gold inside of you. Well, I got some gold inside me too. You got wheels turning inside of you. You got wheels turning inside of you. Well, I got wheels turning inside me too. Small town, bright lights, Saturday night. Pinballs and pool halls are flashing their lights. Making change behind the counter in a penny arcade sat the fat girl daughter of Virginia and Ray. Lydia hid her thoughts like a cat behind her small eyes, sunk deep in her fat. She read a romance magazine up in her room and felt just like Sunday on a Saturday afternoon. But dreaming just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like the love hidden deep in your heart. Bunk beds, shaved heads, Saturday night, a warehouse of strangers with 60 white lights, staring through the ceiling, just wanting to be. They went up too many, a young PFC. Donald. There were spaces between Donald and whatever he said. Strangers had forced him to live in his head. He'd envisioned the details of romantic scenes after midnight in the stillness of the barracks latrine. But dreaming just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like the love hidden deep in your heart. Hot love, cold love, no love at all. A portrait of Gail is hung on the wall. Nothing is wrong and nothing is right. Donald and Lydia made love that night. Love. They made love in the mountains. They made love in the streams. They made love in the valleys. They made love in their dreams. But when they were finished, there was nothing to say, 'cause mostly they'd made love from 10 miles away. The dreamer just comes natural, like the first breath from a baby, like sunshine feeding daisies, like love hidden deep in your heart. I know a guy that's got a lot to lose. He's a pretty nice guy. Kinda confused, got muscles in his head. They never been used. Thinks he owns half of this town. Started drinking heavy, got a big red nose. Beat his old lady with a rubber hose, and he took her out to dinner. Bought her new clothes. It's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. You up one day, the next you down. It's a half an inch of water. You think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. I was sitting in a bathtub, counting my toes when the radiator broke. The water all froze, I got stuck in the ice without my clothes, naked as the eyes of a clown. I was crying ice cubes, hoping I'd croak when the sun come through the window. The ice all broke, I stood up and laughed, thought it was a joke. It's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. You up one day, the next you down. It's a half an inch of water. You think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. I was singing in this club in San Francisco years ago, and this girl that used to be married to a saxophone player I knew in the San Francisco area walked up to the stage and motioned like this for me to come over to her. So I leaned over the stage. I said, yeah, and she says, sing that one about the happy enchilada. So I thought about it a second, because sometimes you make up songs and you just sing them once, But in all my foggy memories, I couldn't remember ever writing a song about any kind of an enchilada, let alone a happy one. So I says, I'm sorry, I think maybe you got me mixed up with somebody else. But maybe Jimmy Buffett or somebody, She says, no, John, you wrote a song about a happy enchilada, and I wish you'd sing it for me. I said, well, how does it go? She says, it's a happy enchilada, and you think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. Yep, one day, The next you down, it's half the enchilada. You think you're going round. That's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes around. I come from a family of 4 boys. There was no girls except for our mother, of course. And our father was a tool and die maker at the American Can Company. And he liked his job. He liked the Steelworkers Union. So he didn't make a whole lot, but he enjoyed what he did. And so he was raised in the country in Kentucky, and me and my brothers were all born and raised in Chicago, and my dad always wanted to get us out of the city and back to the country. So he put aside some money, and he'd tell us about a month ahead of time that we were going to take off on a drive somewhere just for the weekend. He'd saved up enough money for a motel. So we kept wondering where in the heck we're going to be going, you know, and finally the night would come before we'd leave, and he'd stay up real late with a couple of quarts of beer and a road map, and he'd draw a big circle on the road map because he didn't want us to have to pass the same place twice. Our mother didn't think that our father was the best driver in the whole world. That was evident to us in the back seat because you know, we were mostly 2-lane roads, and inevitably you'd have to pull out to pass somebody, and usually when you did, there'd be like a big old truck coming your way. And our mother would say, "My God, Bill, you're going to kill every one of us." Me and my brothers would look at each other in the back seat and go, "That woman's never lied to us before." Here's a story of a man and his family and a big trip that they took. I heard all about it in a restaurant, and I read it in a history book. They rented a car at the Erie Canal, but the car didn't have no brake. Said Ma to Pa, "My God, this car is gonna fall into the bottomless lake." Well, Mama turned to Daddy with a pale face, said, "I've done something horribly wrong. The water's still running in the bathtub, and I think I left the kitchen light on." Then I heard a crash, the car went splash, the compass rolled around and around. Oh, for heaven's sake, we fell in a lake, and I think we're all gonna drown. We are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. Nice cop, huh? There was plenty of food in the back seat, and the windows was rolled up tight. So we all nibbled on a chicken leg and told stories way through the night. Pa told one that he told before, and the baby got a bellyache. Said Ma to Pa, "My God, this car's falling down the bottomless lake. We are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again." Well, Papa played the music on the radio, and Mama rocked the baby to sleep. He said he would have taken the other road, but he didn't think the lake was that deep. If the ferry'd been there at the end of the pier, we'd be halfway to Uncle Jake's. Instead of looking at fish out the window, I wish we were at the bottom of the bottomless lake. But we are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. I learned very early on that if you're writing a story song and you don't have an ending for it, then you better have a darn good moral to the story. This is the moral to the story. So if you're going... Here's the long version. So if you're ever going on a big trip, you better be careful out there. Start everything on your good foot and wear clean underwear. Take along a Bible in the backseat, read of David and of Solomon. For if you make a mistake in the bottomless lake, you may never see your sweetheart again. If you should make a mistake in the bottomless lake, you may never see your sweetheart again. If you should make a mistake in the bottomless lake, you may never see your sweetheart again. That's right. This is a song I wrote while I was recuperating from hip surgery. A couple of years back, my knee started hurting me, and then my back started hurting me, and then my knee hurt, my back hurt. So I went to the doctor, and he said, "It's your hip." That's why they're so smart. So he took me in the hospital and took my old hip out, gave it to the dogs, and gave me a new one. And they only kept me about 2.5, 3 days at the most. They don't like to keep you in the hospital very long in America anymore because they got this deal with the insurance companies. So they gave me a bunch of pills and sent me home. And about the third day I was there, I got bored because I couldn't drive, so I took the pills. And I wrote this song. This song is about a fellow who, over a long period of time, has developed this special ability to travel in his mind, particularly when his wife starts going on just a little bit too long about something. He doesn't have a whole lot of money, so he doesn't go very far. Why must you always seem to criticize me? Seems like everything I do just turns out wrong. Why don't you come on out and despise me? So I could pack my bag and baby, I'd be gone. Remember when you used to call me honey? Well, I'd turn around and call you honey too. You might think it's a joke, but it ain't funny to hurt someone who's so in love with you. A clown puts his makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. My body's in this room with you just catching hell, but my soul is drinking beer down the road a spell. You might think I'm listening to your grocery list, but I'm leaning on a jukebox and I'm about halfway there. The clown puts his makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. Sitting on a chair just behind my ear, playing dominoes and drinking some ice cold beer. When you get done talking, I'll come back downstairs and assume the body of the person you presume who cares. A clown puts his makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. I'm across the river on the other side of town. In my mind I'm going to the dog racing side of town. This next song I wrote for a movie. I don't usually do that, but I was acting in the movie, so when they asked me to write a song for it, I didn't want them to fire me. The movie turned out to be so good that they didn't release it. Billy Bob Thornton directed the movie and wrote it and starred in it too. He did everything but pay for it. It's a pretty good movie. I don't know why they didn't release it. But he says about halfway through the movie, I'm playing his brother in the movie. His brother Alvin. Alvin's not quite all there. I don't know why they chose me to do that. So he says, why don't you write a song for the closing credits? You know, he goes, something that while we're rolling the credits, your song will be playing. And I said, well, I guess I could, but I said, the one thing I don't understand about writing songs for movies is, first of all, why don't you use something that's already written, you know, because there's some really good songs out there. But I said, are you supposed to write about what's going on in the movie or not write about it? A lot of times I'm sitting in the cinema and a song will come on, like, where in the hell did that come from? What's it got to do with anything, you know? It's like the clock radio goes on by mistake or something. So Billy Bob just said, So I wrote this song. And I wrote it as a duet. And I won't see my duet partner that I sang this song with until Saturday at Cambridge Folk Festival. That's Iris DeMint. But I'm going to sing the boy part and the girl part because I wrote it. She don't like her eggs already. She thinks that crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go. This is the girl's part. He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. I called him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't real sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. And we're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes to ketchup on scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go. To which she says, he's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Slides a box, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. And we're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves. Sam Stone came home to his wife and family after serving in the conflict overseas. And the time that he served has shattered all his nerves and left a little shrapnel in his knee. But the morphine eased the pain. Grass grew around his brain and gave him all the confidence he lacked. With a purple heart and a monkey on his back. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. And Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone's Welcome Home, it didn't last too long. He went to work when he'd spent his last dime. And Sammy took to stealing when he got that empty feeling for $100 hat without overtime. And the gold rolled through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains, and eased his mind in the hours that he chose, while the kids ran around wearing other people's clothes. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes, and Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone was alone when he popped his last balloon, climbing walls while sitting in a chair. Well, he played his last request while the room smelled just like death, with an overdose hovering in the air. But life had lost its fun, and there was nothing to be done but trade his house that he bought on the GI Bill for a flag draped casket on a local hero's hill. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. And Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. I learned to play the guitar when I was 14 years old. My oldest brother, Dave, taught me. He taught me how to flat pick and he taught me how to finger pick. He gave me 2 records. Elizabeth Cotton playing Freight Train, so I could learn how to finger pick, and the Carter Family record to learn how to flat pick. There's an old Carter Family song. Watching the sun go down, like cherry wine. One drink of that water, you stay drunk all the time. You'll get like Jesse James. If you step on Barry Creek, you'll get like Jesse James. You'll take two pistols and rob that Barry Creek train. Watching the sun go down, way up on Barry Creek. Watching the sun go down, it makes me feel like I'm on my last go round. I can hear the wheels of automobiles so far away, just moving along through the drifting snow. It's times like these when the temperatures freeze, I sit alone, just looking at the world through a storm window. Down on the beach, the Sandman sleeps. Time don't fly, it bounds and leaps. And the country band that plays for keeps, they play it so slow. Don't so long, the raven at my window was only a crow. I brought the rags to the inside facts. Watched the man just beating his hand against the storm window. 5 miles away over hill and stream, a candle burns a witch's dreams. Silence is golden till it screams right through your bones. Don't let your baby down. Don't let your baby down. Don't let your baby down. I'm getting old. Storm windows keep away the cold. $6,700,033 telephone pole. I wasn't hurting nobody. I wasn't hurting no one. There's a rooster laying chickens, and chickens laying eggs. My machinery's eating people's arms and legs. I ain't hurting nobody. I ain't hurting no one. Perfectly crafted, popular hit songs never use the wrong line. You think that waitress could get my order at the first time? Sitting on the back steps, just shucking that corn. That gal's been grinning since the day she was born. She ain't hurting nobody. She ain't hurting no one. I used to live in Chicago, where the cold wind blows. I delivered more junk mail than the junkyard would hold. I wasn't hurting nobody. I wasn't hurting no one. Beautiful some of the people part of the town in a rock and roll song. 50 million Elvis Presley fans, I can't be all wrong. I'm walking down the street like a lucky LaRue. I got my hand in my pocket, and I'm thinking about you. I ain't hurting nobody. I ain't hurting no one. I ain't hurting nobody. I ain't hurting no one. I ain't hurting nobody. No way. Thank you. I want to introduce these fellas. They've been with me for a good long while, and I'm proud of them. And they get the longest break in show business. Over here, a fella on mandolin, harmonica, and electric guitar. That's all the airlines would let him bring. That and a toothbrush. He's a great guy. He's been with me for a good long while now. And he's from Bloomington, Indiana. Mr. Jason Wilbur. Over here holding down the bottom end all on his lonesome. He's been with me the longest. He was one of the original Lost Dogs in the Lost Dog Band. The rest of them they got lost. This guy's been with me so long, he was married when he first started with me. Now he's our only bachelor. Hope it didn't have nothing to do with the music, Dave. Originally from Worcester, Massachusetts, now residing in Nashville, Tennessee, Dave James. Sally used to play with her hula hoops. Now she tells her problems to therapy groups. Grandpa's on the front lawn staring at her rake, wondering if his marriage was a terrible mistake. I'm sitting on the front steps drinking orange crush, wondering if it's possible for me to still blush. Oh yeah. There's a boy on a bike with corduroy slacks. He sleeps in the river by the railroad tracks. Waits for the whistle on the train to scream, so he could close his eyes and begin to dream. Oh yeah. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo, I knew nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the sins of Memphisto. On his watch spun slowly around, with his mind on a bus that goes all over town, looking at the babies in the factories and listening to the music of Mr. Squeeze, as if by magical remote control found a piece of a puzzle that he missed in his soul. Oh yeah. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo, I knew nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the sins of Memphisto. I had a man, Eve, and a Lucy and a Ricky, bit the big apple and got a little sticky. Esmeralda and a hunchback of Notre Dame, they humped each other like they had no shame. They paused as they posed for a Polaroid photo. She whispered in his ear, exactly Odo, Quasimodo. From the bells of St. Mary's to the Count of Monte Cristo, I knew nothing can stop, nothing can stop, nothing can stop the sins of Memphisto. Sally used to play with her hula hoops. Now she tells her problems to therapy groups. Oh yeah. Thank you. We had an apartment in the city, and me and Loretta liked living there. Well, it's been years since the kids have grown a life of their own and left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha, and Joe is somewhere on the road. When we lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. It don't matter anymore. You know the old trees just grow stronger. Old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there, hello. We don't talk much more. She sits and stares through the back door screen, and all the news just repeats itself like some forgotten dream that we both sing. Someday I'm going to call her Rudy. We work together at the factory. But what can I say if you ask what's new? Nothing much with you, nothing much to do. You know that old trees just grow stronger. Old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there, hello. So if you're out walking down the streets in town, you spot some hollow ancient eyes, well, please don't just pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there, hello. waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Many years ago, along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, there was this Indian tribe. They found 2 babies in the woods, white babies. One of them was named Elizabeth, and she was the fairer of the 2, while the smaller and more fragile one was named Marie. Having never seen white girls before, and living on the 2 lakes known as the Twin Lakes, they named the larger and more beautiful lake, Lake Elizabeth. And thus the smaller lake that was hidden from the highway became known forever as Lake Marie. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Many years later, I found myself talking to this girl who was standing there with her back turned to Lake Marie. The wind was blowing, especially through her hair. And there was 4 Italian sausages cooking on the outdoor grill. And man, that was sizzling. Many years later, we found ourselves up in Canada, trying to save our marriage, and perhaps catch a few fish, whatever came first. That night she fell asleep in my arms, humming the tune to Louie Louie. No, baby. We gotta go now. We were standing by peaceful waters, standing by peaceful waters. Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Barking as the cars were barking. The loan sharks were sharking and the narcs were narking. Practically everyone was there. In the parking lot by the Forest Preserve, the police had found 2 bodies in the woods. Naked bodies. And their faces had been horribly disfigured by some kind of sharp object. Saw it on the news. On the 6 o'clock news. In a black and white film. You know what blood looks like in black and white now? Shadows. Shadows. That's what it looks like. All the love we shared between her and me, it was slammed up against the banks of old Lake Marie. just standing by peaceful waters with my brown-eyed girl. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. This is my Irish wife, Fiona. Fiona sang a song with me on a duet record. It's an old tearjerker called Till the Tear Becomes a Rose. Darling, I can see the clouds around you, and in your heart I know a sorrow grows. But if you weep, I'll be right here to hold you, till each tear you cry becomes a rose.
Dearest love, I know your heart's been shattered, and all my words can offer no relief. But my love will heal the pain you've suffered, and I'll be here if you should turn to me.
Darling, I can see the clouds around you. In your heart I know a sorrow grows. But if you weep, I'll be right here to hold you. Till each tear you cry becomes a rose. In darkest night, when memories can linger, stay with me and put your fears to sleep.
There's no dream, no pain can turn asunder all the love that binds us, you and me.
Darling, I can see the clouds around you. And in your heart I know a sorrow grows. But if you weep, I'll be right here to hold you. Till each tear you cry becomes a rose. Till each tear you cry becomes a rose. This morning, put on my slippers, walked in the kitchen and died. And oh, what a feeling when my soul went through the ceiling and all up into heaven I did right. When I got there, they did say, turn the happiness away. And you slipped upon the floor and hit your head. And I only hit your slap just before you passed away. But these were the very last words that you said. Please don't bury me down in the cocoa ground. I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Though my brain in a hurricane, if I could have my eyes and the devil could take both of my ears if they don't by the side. Stomach to Milwaukee if they ran out of beer. And put my socks in a cigarette box to get them out of here. Venus to Milo, they had my arms, look out, I got your nose. Sell my heart to the young man and give my love to Rose. But please don't bury me down in the cocoa ground. I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Through my brain in a hurricane, if I could have my eyes and the devil could take both of my ears if they go by the side. Careless, fancy free. Give my knees to the needy. Don't pull that stuff on me. Hand me down my walking cane. It's a sin to tell a lie. Send my mouth way down south and kiss my ass goodbye. But please don't bury me down in the cocoa ground. I'd rather have them cut me up, cast me all around. Though my brain in a hurricane, if I could have my eyes and the devil to take both of my ears if they don't mind the side. Thanks. On this song here, I wrote this for my father years ago while I was in the Army. I wanted to write him a song about where he came from so he'd know that I was a songwriter. And I'd like Gail Davies to come out and help me sing this. Gail, would you come out? When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky when my parents were born. And there's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is a hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Edinburgh, where the air smell like snakes and we shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all that we killed. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is a hauled it away.
Shovel, and they tortured the timber, and they stripped all the land, and they dug for their coal till the ground was forsaken, and they wrote it all down as the progress of man.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is all the way. Now when I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. I let my soul roll down up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away.